All right, what's going on, good folks? What's going on? Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. All right, y'all know what to do. First thing first, let me know you can hear me, and we can get started. All right, let me know you can hear me. Got some snow down here. Ugh. Then today we got a little ice rain. Yeah, made it a little worse, so it's kind of hazardous down here in Memphis. I seen a few wrecks down here. You know, I don't wish they don't know about it. You know, just looking nasty out there down here in Memphis. All right, just looking nasty down here. Okay, so y'all say y'all can hear me. All right. Hey, look here. How many of y'all got a chance to check out that video I did about that dude, him and 6 of his compadres, suppose they did the dirty to them toddlers? How many of y'all got a chance to see that video? And you know, here's my thing I bring out about that because, like I said, I've seen a couple of people say he's supposed to be part of the LGBTQ or whatever the hell they call themselves now. My thing is this. Why am I not seeing any outrage from y'all after this story has been put out there? Okay? Y'all like to put them in front of kids, you know, having Transformers coming to the school and reading to the kids and stuff. Y'all like putting that stuff in front of kids. You know, y'all, it seems like y'all try to push that agenda on the children. So if y'all care so much about the children, I'm just wondering why I ain't seen no outrage about that. That's disgusting. You know, if he is part of y'all clique or whatnot, which I ain't got no problem with, do what you do. But if he is a part of that, then why ain't none of y'all out there outraged by that, man? I ain't heard not one of y'all come out and said nothing, unless I have missed the videos of y'all speaking on that. You know, come on, man, it's a grown ass man and 2 toddlers, seriously, with 6 other men. Y'all ain't got nothing to say about that. What's really going on? What's really going on? So, you know, that was, I just thought that was just kind of awful to hear something like that. You know, but I tell you, I just don't know, man. These grown ass men always going after these babies, and shit crazy, man. Shit crazy. On the back of my daughter's school ID is a hotline for. Oh wow, really? That's interesting. That is very interesting. Boy, they winning. They winning. Anyway, all right, guys, let's get this started. All right, guys, y'all just do me the pleasure of lending me your ears for a few moments or whatnot. I want to tell you about this story that we got coming up. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Chris Thorns, and y'all know what this is. Getting the groove and getting the interviews back. You know, took a listen to the one I did with Miss Holloway. I think I'm proud of myself on that one. You know, I like the one I did with the cousin too, but I really would like to have talked to the dad about that child, you know, but I guess when he feel comfortable, he'll come talk to me about his situation. Okay. Yeah, Kerry, that's crazy. You know, what the hell is that? You know, a hotline. I mean, what's the hotline for? To tell them what? What are you supposed to be reporting when you call them? What are you supposed to be reporting? Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, guys, I don't want to get derailed. Let's talk about this story right here. My girl Chase Amy sent me this story, okay? We have 3 individuals who has been accused and arrested Check this out. Taping up, beating up, starving a 2-year-old girl at a Houston apartment. Listen how they got caught, okay? The meat of potatoes is they called for a maintenance man to come do a job at the apartment. Wow. The maintenance men shows up at the apartment. While doing their job, they discovered a 2-year-old who was taped up, duct tape, beaten, and looked starved. This story comes out of Humble, Texas, and it says as follows. 3 people are facing charges after authorities say they beat, restrained, and refused to feed a 2-year-old girl who was living with them for a few months last year. One of the person's name is Kenry Flukers. I bullshit you not. He's 23 years old. His name is Kenry, not Henry. Kenry Flukers. Boy, we go crazy with these names. But y'all know how I'm finna do it. His name is Kenry Flukers. Because he's a fucker for doing this, all right? Kenry Flukers. All right, that's his name. You have a 27-year-old by the name of Toniesha Perkins, 27 years old. You have a third person by the name of Mya, and she got damn near about 4 or 5 names I'm seeing right here. Mya Jhari Breaux-McGruder, whatever the hell all this shit is saying. And she is 17 years old. She's 17 years old, and she's part of this clique of what they did to this 2-year-old, okay? Let's go a little further, because y'all go listen to me when I tell you stuff. Let's go a little further. It says each of them is charged with injury to a child and unlawful restraint to a child under the age of 17. And according to the court documents, the investigation began when 2 maintenance workers got a work order to repair the dishwasher in the unit where the 3 defendants live with the victim and 2 other children. While they were making the repairs, according to court documents, the workers saw the 2-year-old victim lying on the living room floor covered by a blanket. They say the child started to cry and looked over and saw that her legs was taped together. They took a photo and the video, left the apartment, and then called the police for a welfare check. Good job for them. When the CPS caseworker asked Perkins about the photo of the child taped up, let me tell you how much of a piece of shit she is. When the CPS worker asked about the photo of the child being taped up, she put it on the other kids. How about that? She put it on the other kids. Said that the other kids did this to the 2-year-old. And she said they tie each other up sometimes. Well, I know kids sometimes have a crazy way of playing with each other. But it's not often that I see children tie each other up, not with no duct tape. Okay, maybe they probably get a sock or something. All right, or maybe they pretended that they putting handcuffs on somebody. But I never saw a child actually take duct tape and tie a child and tie their legs together. I just never seen that. Can I sit up here and say, has it ever happened before? I don't know. If it has, maybe a small percentage. But this woman blames it on the children, said the children take a 2-year-old legs together and put the child under a blanket. Under a blanket. But y'all know me. Don't let me tell you everything. I'm gonna let y'all hear for yourself.
Tonight, a disturbing case of alleged child abuse. 3 adults accused of tying up a 2-year-old girl, hitting her with a belt, and starving her. Devon Robbing live at the Harris County Jail tonight with this story. Devon?
Well, Lynn, this poor little girl suffered several injuries as well as psychological abuse in the care of 3 adults. Now, Kenry Flukers, Toniesha Perkins, and Mya Breaux-McGruder are facing felony charges tied to the case.
Oh, it's Flukers. I thought it was Flukers, but I would still call them fuckers. Take the L out and we gonna call them fuckers. Kenry Flukers.
Flukers and Perkins appeared in probable cause court this morning, and tonight we've learned they were arrested after maintenance workers witnessed the little girl taped up with duct tape and injured while responding to a work order at the couple's apartment back in November. Investigators say the little girl is Perkins' relative, and her mother sent her to live with Perkins last fall while she was.
Now I want y'all to listen to that. She's some kin to the child. The child mom sends the 2-year-old to go stay with her for a while. All right? Now listen to what you hear and what happened. And remember what I always tell y'all. When it comes to other people's children, they don't give a fuck about your children. They don't. They really don't. That's why y'all have to be extra careful when y'all let people watch your children. And again, what I say, who's the worst enemies when it comes to your child? Your own family members. All right? Your own family members. This lady let the 2-year-old go stay with Flukers and his girlfriend right here. And this is the story that comes out. All right?
Her mother sent her to live with Perkins last fall while she was out of state working. And police say they found a troubling pattern, including claims that Perkins would tape the little girl's feet together so she couldn't get access to the fridge and pantry because she wouldn't eat the food she.
That's the big girl back there. Said she tied the baby up so she wouldn't get to the pantry and the refrigerator. What does this sound like to y'all? And what story does it remind y'all of? Y'all remember Troy? The same thing. The girl, like her, big. All right, she's big, and she got mad at Troy because of what? Food. All right. Look what they saying right here. They duct taped the baby so she won't get into the pantry nor the fridge. And you got another big girl back there and a light-skinned big girl back there. So what's the pattern here? All right? What's the pattern here? You got a 2-year-old, all right? When they see snacks and shit, they want to eat it, all right? You teach them not to be greedy, all right? Not starve them for them not to be greedy. You teach them not to be greedy, okay? And here we are again. I'm telling you another story about an asshole here trying to prevent a 2-year-old from getting into the refrigerator and the pantry. But you ain't got no problem getting into it. And your boy right here, Flukers, I bet he can go there anytime he want to. But you want to duct tape a 2-year-old to keep her from getting into the refrigerator and the pantry. It's a motherfucker ridiculous.
She couldn't get access to the fridge and pantry because she wouldn't eat the food she was given. Authorities say there were 5 other kids living in the apartment who belonged to the couple. They were all in good health, according to CPS.
You see what I'm talking about? They children, 5 others, that's a lot of children. They children in good health. But the one that's not hers, she's being punished and damaged. Okay? The one that's not hers or his is being punished. All right? That's crazy as hell. Now, here's the thing. If she had a pattern of this, then why would the mom let the child go stay with her while she work out of state? Okay? Now, we're just going by what the story says. For the pattern that they saw, they often did this to the baby. So, I'm just wondering, did the biological mom, who's out of state working, knew how her sister, cousin, whoever the hell she is to her, treats her child whenever she let her go stay with them? Okay? All right? Her and Flukers. All right?
But according to court documents, some of those kids backed up the claims about the adults taping and beating the little girl. Now, another troubling item in this case, listen to the judge describe the claims about how badly this little girl was injured when law enforcement intervened.
It's alleged that the doctor stated if that complainant had not been brought to the hospital when she would have died.
Now, 2 of the suspects are being held here in the Harris County Jail on a $150,000 bond. Meanwhile, a 3rd suspect, also a relative, is set to make an appearance in PC court in any minute now. Back to you.
Well, what is PC court? What is that? What is PC court? And I'm sure they saying it because she's I guess depending on the state, she's 17. She's a minor, so I guess there's something called PC court. And now I didn't even know the 17-year-old was a relative either. Oh, preliminary conference. Oh, a preliminary conference. Okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Preliminary conference, meaning she's going to be meeting with attorneys and judges and shit too. So the 17-year-old is a family member too, and also partaking in the foolery that's going on with this 2-year-old. Okay. They haven't showed a 2-year-old face, and they probably won't show the 2-year-old face. I don't know, or maybe they will. I don't know. Okay, but I hope they do. And 9 times out of 10, she probably is a beautiful baby. Okay, but they just sad though that the children who are your family but not yours, supposed to be your family, but they not yours. For some reason, a lot of these stories we do lately, these babies are being outcasted because they not biological somebody else's child. Okay? That's just sad, and it's embarrassing, and that's fucked up the family values that we have in this time and era. And again, I want to say again, I don't know if the biological mom know what's going on, or did she already know how this woman treats her child? Or hell, even a bigger question than that. Did she hate her child that much that she would leave her child with this woman knowing damn well that this woman abuses her child? Amen? That could be a possibility. I don't know. It would take for the mom to come out and speak about this. It would take for the mom to come out and speak about this, but until then, we just have to wait and see what she say. But again, guys, when y'all gonna listen to me when I say this stuff? If the child ain't theirs, best believe they're going to treat it like it's not theirs. They're not. They're going to hurt their baby because it makes them feel good, because they are bully, and they like to see other children hurt. That's not theirs. Now, here's the thing with that. If you are doing this fuck shit around your 5 children and they seeing this, what do you think they going to grow up and start doing once they learn your behavior? Me personally, if you want to go deeper into that rabbit hole, if they seeing you torturing people like that, you're going to be raising a bunch of psychopaths. Okay? Let me explain, which I should not explain. Y'all should get where I'm coming from. Because they seeing your behavior as being psychotic. Okay? They see your behavior being as psychotic. So they see you treat that 2-year-old beating her, torturing, starving her like that, and they think this shit is funny. All right? They going to learn the behavior that you as a woman who is able to give life think that it's okay to treat people like that. All right? Y'all follow me? Did I say something wrong? Y'all follow me? You raising a bunch of psychopaths. And they're going to be doing the same thing because what they been taught in their house, what they seen in their house, and what they being traumatized, what they seen in their house. And then when people start talking shit about your children, about your parenting, you can't get mad because that's your fault. And you got 5 other children? And you got 5 other children. And this is what you do to a 2-year-old. Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. Now, could it be a possibility she abused her own kids? Maybe. Maybe. But thankful, not only for the maintenance men that came out there, but them children spoke up for her. Thank God for that. The children spoke up and told them what they saw. Now, that makes me feel good that when they grow up, they probably will do the right thing. But I'm just saying, in a nutshell, you raising them around that toxic environment, treating other children like that. When they start treating other children like that, you got nobody to blame but yourself because they learning your behavior. Because we all know now, 10-year-olds now grabbing guns and shooting. Let's not forget about the 10-year-old that pulled a gun and shot the other 10-year-old over a bike race. And where did it come from? An irresponsible parent. That's where it came from. An irresponsible dad. Now he got to face the consequence because he told his son to go get some cigarettes, then put the gun up knowing the gun was hot. Son got the gun. Let the story play out. He got mad because he lost a bike race and shot the other 10-year-old boy. A 10-year-old shot another 10-year-old. It's real out there. This shit is real out there. And to see grown-ass bullies do this to a 2-year-old. Hold on, I gotta take the phone call. Hold on.
Reach the Mid-South Best Rentals Repairs Department. To talk to one of
My bad, y'all. Damn, I don't know what happened. Oh, let me text him. It's my landlord. All right, well, I guess they'll call me back. You know, my fault, my bad about that. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Again, big grown bullies picking on a 2-year-old, stopping a 2-year-old, and said they are because they won't eat what you put out there. Man, come on, man. Again, we was kids once, and our folks did us like that. All right. They would say either you eat that or you're gonna starve, but they won't literally do it, or let alone they won't go that far with it. They'll try to do little modifications to food to make us eat it, and sometimes the modifications work. Or sometimes they find out that we really are probably allergic to certain foods, or our stomachs probably couldn't tolerate certain foods. Okay, so when they fix a lot of people the same thing, they would have to fix us something different because either allergies or the stomach just couldn't tolerate it. But don't get it twisted now. They'll tell you now, okay, you ain't gonna eat it. You gonna go to bed and hungry. And you ain't like to hear that word, so you'll try to eat it. And hey, kind of find out, it be good. Some of the things I wouldn't eat when I was growing up, I can tell you now, I never would eat chunky soup. I don't know what it was about chunky soup, but I was scared to touch it. All right? Macaroni, I would never eat macaroni for some reason. I was scared to touch it. Cabbage, I wouldn't touch cabbage when I was young. I wouldn't touch it. All right? Now, greens, I eat greens. I would eat greens. But for example, those kind of foods right there, when I was young, I would not touch them. But when I started getting older and actually started eating them, I'm like, oh, okay, this stuff ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. So when I growed up, those had been some of my favorite foods to eat. All right. I would eat chunky soup. All right. I would eat cabbage now. All right. And I tip some macaroni. All right. It is what it is. But even though with all that, nobody never threatened to duct tape me because I won't eat the food that you cook. Come on, man. That's a little bit just too extreme. They're just pretty much hateful right there. They're just somebody who just want to be controlling, just be controlling and possessive, just pure evil and hatred. I mean, but I wasn't even 2 years old. So what I just said, I don't even know if they would go for a 2-year-old or not. Y'all tell me. But this is a 2-year-old, though. It's a lot of stuff they probably ain't going to have no interest in eating. Okay? But you're going to force them to eat it. You can't do that. It's a 2-year-old. It's a 2-year-old. Come on now. It's a 2-year-old. You said it's still stuff you won't eat because of the texture of it? Hold on. They calling back, guys. Hold on. Yeah. Sorry about that. Go ahead, take care of that. But yeah, I mean, that's a 2-year-old crying out loud. A 2-year-old, I mean, what's the most they probably would eat? Probably like hot dogs and probably pork and beans and, you know, little stuff like that. Little stuff that they probably get smushed up and eat or pick up with their hand, you know. Probably you bologna sandwich or something if you cut it up right, or maybe some chicken nuggets and stuff like that. I mean, a 2-year-old. This is a 2-year-old, okay? And I'm not necessarily saying that you got to always get your stuff from a fast food restaurant. You could buy it from the store and make it at home, okay? You can make it at home. But what's getting me with this, as I keep speaking about it, we just did a story not too long ago by Troy Collier, and it's the same thing with him. Only he was 7 years old. The big woman got mad because he ate an oatmeal pie. You take this girl up because you don't want to get in the refrigerator. You don't want to get in the pantry. Jesus Christ. Is it that serious? Is it really that serious? Look, I got a big belly. I'm a big dude. Y'all see it? It ain't hiding. What they look like me starving my dog out because he like to eat table food sometimes. So I'm going to duct tape my dog and keep him from eating because he like table food. Come on now. Come on. This is fucking insane. And the more we do these stories, the more these women are putting these Negroes before these damn children. Because fuckers, there's nothing about him that shows me he's worth anything or before a child. And I could be wrong. I'm just judging on the outside looking in. He may be a cool dude. I don't know. No, well, I take that back because if he's part of this, he ain't cool at all. No, he ain't cool at all. All right? He's not cool at all. But still, we're hearing this all over, and it's the same shit, different day. Same shit, different day. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to play for this. I'm going to play y'all this one more time. All right? This reached Nancy Grace. She spoke on it. Now, you know if it reaches her, how down and dirty she get with speaking, it's something serious. Deshae said, hey, babe, how you doing? She said, right, a 2-year-old is still pretty much in the finger food. Stay introduced to new foods. People excuse when a malnourished child is killed, found beaten. It's always they wouldn't eat. Thank you, Shashim. We hear this all the time. I remember I seen a video a long time ago, and it made me cry. It was a little girl at a daycare. Y'all might have seen it. Pretty little girl, had braids and whatnot. I don't know, was she sleepy or was she drowsy or something. The lady was grabbing her by the hair and moving her head like she's some kind of apple tree or something. And I guess because the baby wouldn't eat or something like that. And I said, first of all, you wrong for that. Grabbing a child hair like that. And second of all, who's the asshole that recorded that? Third of all, who's the asshole that put it on social media for the whole world to see? Come on now. And you wonder why daycare shit gets shut down because you got idiots in your camp that's doing shit like that. And y'all act like y'all don't know what's going on. Bullshit.
Tonight, a disturbing case of alleged child abuse. 3 adults accused of tying up a 2-year-old girl, hitting her with a belt, and starving her. Devon Robbing live at the Harris County Jail tonight with this story. Devon?
Well, Lynn, this poor little girl suffered several injuries as well as psychological abuse in the care of 3 adults. Now, Kenry Flukers, Toniesha Perkins, and Mya Breaux-McGruder are facing felony charges tied to the case. Flukers and Perkins appeared in probable cause court this morning, and tonight we've learned they were arrested after maintenance workers witnessed the little girl taped up with duct tape and injured while responding to a work order at the couple's apartment.
My man Sage, bro. Okay, you said my daughter's 2. Yeah, she picky, but I have 3 for 4 different choices, and Pediasure for her to drink. She's 2-year-old. You don't have to do much. If you cook something she don't want to eat, there's not much you have to do. You have choices you can give them. Okay. Now when they get up age, probably like 9 or 10 or something, I can understand you trying to teach them, hey, you know, I can't waste food. Keep cooking something for you different. And everybody else eat the same thing. We just can't waste food like that. Again, unless they're allergic to it or their stomach cannot tolerate it. They'll be different. All right? But she's not even age to understand that yet. So whatever the hell that you cooked, she deserved that because she wouldn't eat? Sage, thank you for telling me that.
3 adults accused of tying up a 2-year-old girl, hitting her with a belt, and starving her. Devon Robbing live at the Harris County Jail tonight with this story. Devon?
Well, Lynn, this poor little girl suffered several injuries as well as psychological abuse in the care of 3 adults. Now, Kenry Flukers, Toniesha Perkins, and Mya Breaux-McGruder are facing felony charges tied to the case. Flukers and Perkins appeared in probable cause court this morning, and tonight we've learned they were arrested after maintenance workers.
And I'm so sick of these motherfuckers doing this shit, ain't showing no remorse. I'm so sick of these motherfuckers doing this.
Witnessed the little girl taped up with duct tape and injured while responding to a work order at the couple's apartment back in November. Investigators say the little girl is Perkins' relative, and her mother sent her to live with Perkins last fall while she was out of state working. And police say they found a troubling pattern, including claims that Perkins would tape the little girl's feet together so she couldn't get access to the fridge and pantry because she wouldn't eat the food she was given. Authorities say there were 5 other kids living in the apartment who belonged to the couple. They were all in good health, according to CPS, but according to court documents, some of those kids backed up the claims about the adults taping and beating the little girl. Now, another troubling item in this case, listen to the judge describe the claims about how badly this little girl was injured when law enforcement intervened.
It's alleged that the doctor stated if that complainant had not been brought to the hospital when she would have died.
Now, 2 of the suspects are being held here in the Harris County Jail on a $150,000 bond. Meanwhile, a 3rd suspect, also a relative, is set to make an appearance in PC court in any minute now. Back to you.
And to add on to that, what they said, and y'all haven't pleaded, thumbs up. Thank you for everybody being here. Thanks for everybody being here. To add on to that, it says here, when the victim was examined by the doctors, they diagnosed the girl with bilateral subdural, SUBDURL, hemorrhage, bilateral subdural, subdural. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Hemorrhages, acute kidney injury, anemia, subconjunctival hemorrhages, retinal hemorrhages, malnourishment. She also had a bradycardiac arrest for which CPR was required, according to the court documents. The doctor said the child's injury shows signs of physical abuse, psychological abuse, and neglect. The doctor said the 2-year-old girl weight would have been considered normal for a 1-year-old. One other doctor said the child could have died if she wasn't brought to the hospital when she was. This baby got all these hemorrhages. Now you know I fuck up these medical terms. What up, Daniel? I know I fuck up these medical terms. So what I'm finna do right now, I'm gonna see how you pronounce some of this stuff. Let's see. I usually hit a thing up there where it's supposed to help me pronounce it. It means she had a brain bleed that occurs when the blood collects the skull between the skull and the brain. It is usually caused by a head injury, which can stretch and tear small veins within the skull. So that's what the subdural hemorrhage means. She had brain bleed. Brain bleed. Son of a gun.
Subdural hematoma.
Well, I was saying right. Subdural. Subdural hematoma.
Subdural hematoma.
Huh. So she had brain bleed. And this other one, oh, that means she had a blood spot now. The one that says subconjunctival hemorrhage. That means she had one of the red spots in the eye. So when she was getting hit in the head, she had a red spot in the eye. Retinal? I think I'm pretty much sure what that one is. She was bleeding, yep. She was bleeding in the retina, which caused the red spot in her eye. She was bleeding in the retina of her eye. We all know what malnourishment means. She wasn't getting fed enough. That's torture. That's torture. That's torture. Y'all torture that baby. Y'all imprison that baby. All this to keep out the refrigerator and the pantry. Y'all literally torture that baby. Y'all hit that baby. And y'all hitting her in her head. And probably was doing it with the belt too. Yeah, she's still alive. She alive. Probably barely right now, but for what it sounds like, she may come through. And thank God for the maintenance men, and thank God for the other children for speaking up. And it goes on to say, during an interview with the Houston police, Flukers, take the L out of it, Flukers told investigators that he and Perkins were dating at the time. They were dating at the time. He said the victim had been living with them for a few months before the abuse was discovered. He said he wasn't responsible for the child's abuse and neglect, and instead blamed it on Perkins and the 70-year-old relative. According to the court records, the 70-year-old is the victim's aunt and had been living with Flukers and Perkins for about the same amount of time as the child. She told investigators that she slept on the living room floor while with the victim. Investigator also found out that the 70-year-old, I don't know how to say all them names, she got Mya, I think that's her name, didn't go to school for over a month while she was staying at the apartment. Now, why the 70-year-old ain't going to school? Why the 70-year-old ain't going to school? The 70-year-old ain't been to school in a month. It's the 70-year-old, it's the aunt. That means her mama is her sister. Am I saying that right? If the 70-year-old is the aunt, that means the mother of the baby is the sister, right? And that's how the family tree works. Y'all hear me out with that. If the sister claiming, the 70-year-old claiming she's the auntie, then that means the mom of the 2-year-old is her sister. Am I right? I know it's going to take a minute for y'all to catch up with that. Okay, that does mean she's a sister. Oh, wow. Well, somebody sent me something. What is this? Oh, the number to that. Oh, that's wild. That is so wild. I'm just stunned by that. You will put that in school, call the hotline to that. I really don't know what the hell you're going to report calling them. I really don't. And if you do report them, what the hell they going to do? Probably not nothing. Probably nothing. The boyfriend claiming he never witnessed her ankles being taped, according to another article. The auntie initially denied knowing anything about the duct taping, but then changed her story when she learned about the maintenance workers' evidence. Then she confessed to covering the toddler during the workers' visit and removed the duct tape afterwards, claiming it was the first time she had seen a child in such a state. Even her mouth was taped. They says in this article that the 2-year-old would get popped when she attempted to remove the tape, and that a lock on the fridge prevented her from accessing food. Oh God. The mother of the abused child who resides out of state admitted to relinquishing care, custody, and control of her daughter to Perkins. The mother of the abused child who resides out of state admitted to relinquishing care, custody, and control of her daughter to Perkins. So pretty much that's kind of like she waived her parental rights, right? She waived her rights and gave sole custody to Perkins. Is that what that means? That means she just straight up. That means she just gave everything over to her. This baby never had a chance. She never had a chance. So 9 times 10, the mom probably know how that lady was. Hell, she probably was doing it to the 2-year-old too. Who knows? The 3 suspects await legal proceedings for their alleged heinous actions against the innocent toddler. That's a damn shame. Your mama just gave you up to this abusive asshole, and your sister, 17 years old, was right there with them, abusing your daughter. That baby had not a chance. Not a chance. It's them babies and them maintenance men who saved their baby life. Them other kids, they saved their baby life. They really did. That is so sad, y'all. That is sad. I don't know if I get in trouble if I try to play this right here.
A new.
Paying your bills on time raises your credit score, right? Wrong. In fact, this is the first of 3
found.
Guys, let's listen to a little bit of what Nancy Grace had to say. I'm very curious what she had to say. Hopefully I don't get flagged. This is her content. This is not mine. This is solely Nancy Grace. And the story had reached her. Let's see what she got to say.
Near death, starved, and bound with duct tape. A 2-year-old little girl, nearly starved, literally hours away from death, and horribly bound in duct tape. You know what happens when you bind a child in duct tape? Does the name Tot Mom Casey Anthony ring a bell?
And one of y'all just said that. Who just said something about Casey Anthony? I saw one of y'all just said that about Casey Anthony. Somebody just said it in the chat room. Hey, you gotta love Nancy Grace's facial expressions. You gotta love them.
Old daughter Kelly's remains were found. She was bound around the head with duct tape. Does the name called Mom Lori Vallow and her husband number 4 or 5 ring a bell? The prophet.
Well, I forgot about Lori Vallow. I didn't know she had that many husbands. Wow.
Chad Daybell. Duct tape. It goes on and on. Ruby Frankie, the online influencer with her own
I was stopping it and saying stuff, guy, because I think if I let it play through, I can get flagged, so I got to stop it and say something. I remember Ruby Frankie. I didn't really do no story on her, but she was probably one of them inspirational people about taking steps how to raise your child. It was her, some other woman, but kind of find out she was abusing her own child, and now she's in trouble, her and the other woman. You know, I tell y'all, people get on the internet and say any damn thing, but you don't know what's going on when them cameras get turned off, all right? So I'm doing commentary, so I won't get flagged. Yet again, this is not my content. This is Nancy Grace's content off her YouTube channel. This is Nancy Grace, not mine.
Program on how to raise your children. Her children starved and duct taped. What is wrong with these people? I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us here at Crime Stories and on Sirius XM 111. You know what? I'm a JD. I'm a trial lawyer. I'm not a shrink. Maybe they can sort through their problems behind bars. And you know, there's a controversial move afoot for the death penalty to be imposed in cases of extreme child abuse. Let that sink in for a moment. A 2-year-old girl
I don't oppose to that because I feel like, hey, whatever they do to the child, they need to have it done to them. Eye for eye, tooth for a tooth. Why should they get to live on, even if he is in jail? I think the same thing. You know, let them feel what them babies feel when they did it to them.
Starved and bound in duct tape. They're not even trying to hide it. The dishwasher repairman sees the girl. First of all, take a listen to this.
Maintenance workers at a Houston apartment complex get a service call for a non-working dishwasher. As they make repairs, a child can be heard crying unconsolably in another room. The workers investigate and find a toddler lying in the living room floor under a blanket. Lifting the blanket, the 2-year-old child's limbs are duct taped together. The workers take photos and videos, leave the apartment, and call Houston police.
Okay, you know what? I'm so distraught about this. I need to hear that again. Take a listen to our friends at Crime Online.
Maintenance workers at a Houston apartment complex get a service call for a non-working dishwasher. As they make repairs, a child can be heard crying unconsolably in another room. The workers investigate and find a toddler lying in the living room floor under a blanket. Lifting the blanket, the 2-year-old child's limbs are duct taped together. The workers take photos and videos, leave the apartment, and call Houston police.
I guess they were too afraid to touch the child, afraid that they would somehow be blamed for her condition. And it reminds me a great deal of a case we're covering right now out of ritzy LA, where a famous producer's son dismembers his wife and tries to convince day workers to take the remains away and throw them in a dumpster. They were so afraid when they looked into the trash bag, they went straight to police because they were afraid they would be blamed. Same thing here. Joining me, an all-star panel, but first I want to go to crimeonline.com investigative reporter Nicole Parton. Nicole, I'm going to just ask you a series of rapid-fire questions, okay? Then I'm going to go to the other experts to explain aspects of what we are hearing right now. You're telling me the little girl's 2 years old, right?
Yes.
And she's near death. She's starved that much. It's not like she just went to bed without her supper. But the girl is about to die at age 2. And they find her duct taped how?
They're there working on the dishwasher, and they hear this baby crying, like not just the baby upset, but uncontrollably crying, fighting for its life. They go into the living room, and they see a baby under a blanket. When they lift the blanket, there she is, duct taped, her limbs duct taped. They see her emaciated body. She's hours away from dying. Thank goodness they take the videos and they take photos and call authorities.
I don't know how medical professionals can determine you're just, quote, hours from death, because Nicole Parton, you have literally 10 children. When I gave birth to the twins, the doctor said Lucy would have died within 36 to 72 hours. if we had not had an emergency C-section. She was not getting any nutrition. She weighed 2 pounds. John David, her twin brother, was getting it all. I don't know how they can look at someone and tell, but guess what? They're almost always right. We have a medical doctor on, Dr. Harvey Castro, to explain.
Oh, I done heard about y'all going through them C-sections. They say, ooh, these things ain't nothing pretty. Y'all ladies gotta have them C-sections. They say that shit ain't pretty, boy. It ain't pretty.
That to us. But first, I want to go to Dr. John Delatorre, a very well-known psychologist and mediator, especially in forensic psychology. You can find him at resolutionfcs.com. Dr. Delatorre, thank you for being with us. Dr. Delatorre, another striking aspect of this discovery of a 2-year-old little girl duct taped and starved, they didn't really even try to hide it. The dishwasher repairman walks in, and the baby is lying in the floor under a blanket crying, I guess in the next room. What is that?
Well, you have to remember, these individuals are doing this because they don't see the child as being a human in any way, right? They have the blanket over the child because they want the child to be scared. They want the child.
Yep.
In their mind, they're trying to teach this child a lesson, right? It doesn't matter if they have any family relations or anything like that. All that matters is that the children listen to them, right? Children in these situations are merely objects. And if the object does something wrong, then they need to be punished. And they'll be punished with restricted movement, and they'll be punished with the restriction on food to teach them a lesson. This is about power. This is about showing that they have authority over the child.
Well, we'll see who gets taught a lesson in this scenario. I want to hear more about this. Jackie, let's hear in our cut to Dave Mack from Crime Online.
The maintenance workers show Houston police their photos and videos. Police take the girl to the hospital, where doctors say she might not have survived through the night had she not been brought in for care. KPRC reports the child was malnourished and suffered injuries indicating physical abuse.
This is what I'm learning. Let me go to Dr. Harvey Castro, board-certified emergency care physician, healthcare consultant, CEO of Medical Intelligent Ops, and creator of Text Sherlock Holmes, which I love because my son and I are obsessed with Sherlock Holmes, and I very often go to my mind palace. Dr. Castro, I want you to hear what I've learned about the injuries to this 2-year-old little girl, 24 months old. Take a listen.
The 2-year-old girl was found with her feet duct taped and was determined to be nonverbal and suffering from physical.
All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but if you want to listen to the whole thing, I will post the link in the chat room, and you can go take a look at it yourself to hear the rest of what Nancy and her team had to say about the situation. And I concur everything that she says. I co-sign. And I love her passion as she talks about this. Okay? Anyway, guys, this is not my content. This is Nancy Grace's. This is for educational purposes. It is to hear her take on
abuse,
things,
as well as psychological abuse and neglect.
It's not mine. I guess I could say fair use. At least I hope it's fair use. I don't know how tight her channel is, so, just want to be careful. Like, they doing too much flagging as it is right now, so don't want to get flagged. So I will stop it right there. But y'all get the gist of where everything is going on. You got a lady who's kin to the baby. You got a dude where he claiming he ain't did nothing to the child, but we'll see what comes out of that. Then you have a 17-year-old who was the aunt of the child that tried to lie at first, talking about she didn't know anything about it. but then came out and confessed later that she did do something about it. All right. Then we have a mom, the biological mom of the 2-year-old, who pretty much just relinquished everything over to this woman right here, while she go out of state as allegedly working some other job. Okay. I don't know if that's true or not, but something tells me there's a man involved in there too while she going out of town. I guarantee you it probably is. It's not just a job. It's a dude out there too that she went out there for and gave her baby away to be out there not only for a job. And I'm stretching it saying a job. The job may not be in play, but I'm gonna give her benefit of the doubt and say maybe she is out there for a job as well. But I guarantee you it's a job involved. It's a dude involved too. There's a dude, because I don't see why, if you weren't planning on coming back, why you wouldn't take your babies with you. I mean, excuse me, why you wouldn't take your baby with you? Did she not deserve to be with you? Or you just didn't want to take care of her? You laid down with somebody that had this child. You didn't want to take care of her. You relinquished everything to her. Not the father of the child, but you relinquished everything to this lady right here, who cared more about her snacks in the refrigerator more than your own damn child. Ma'am, I hope you see this, and I hope you feel shitty as fuck. I hope you do, because you deserve it. As a matter of fact, I may be stretching it when I say this. Maybe you need to be arrested too. Maybe. But they're probably just stretching it. Nothing probably going to happen to you. Because for what it sounds like, you did nothing wrong. I guess. I don't know. But in my heart, in my feeling, thinking emotionally, your ass need to be behind bars too. Especially if you know that this how this woman treats your child. And especially if you know if your 17-year-old, no school going ass sister was doing the same thing to your baby. Your sister ain't been to school in a goddamn month. Just a whole lot of dysfunction. Whole lot of dysfunction. And the 17-year-old probably hot in the ass. That's probably why she ain't going to school. She do what she want to do. All right? She probably stayed with the sister. The sister let her do what she want to do. She ain't had to go to school. Probably had let boys run in out the apartment. I've seen this before. Mamas and sisters get cool with their minor sisters or whatnot and just let them run rapid. Let them run rapid. Bringing men twice their age over to the house, letting them go into the room, closing doors and shit. Don't make them go to school. Don't make them do shit. I'd have seen it and I'd have heard it. And that shit is wild. It's wild. And it's for real. It's for real. And they co-sign these young girls bringing men to their house twice their age and let them close the damn door and do whatever the hell they want to do. So again, if I'm right about that, the 2-year-old never had a chance. Never had a chance. And that what bothers me. She was not given a chance. She wasn't. Guys, thank y'all for listening. Hey, man, here we are again. Y'all gonna listen to me one day, man. Will you leave your children in the presence of others? If it's not theirs, they're going to treat them just like that. It's not theirs, and they don't give a fuck. And you just heard it again. They don't give a fuck about your child. So the best thing I recommend y'all to do, keep them at home. All right? And better yet, either you or the dad watch them. Don't let nobody else watch them. Let you or the dad watch them. That's it. That's it. All right? That's it. Either you or the dad watch them. Fuck your family members. Fuck everybody else. Y'all two the only one that watch them. Fuck them. And Lord knows, your family members, you can barely trust them motherfuckers. You heard it again. Your man Chris Thorns. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Well, y'all watch it later, and y'all guys, we got to do better. We got to do better. I'll catch y'all next time. Catch y'all next time. Peace.